I'm excited about Throwback Thursday this week and next because I get to share some pretty special before moments leading to now. Thanks to the lessons learned from Gil, my son from my first life, I had a whole new appreciation for special moments when we had these two kids. So, starting about 22 years ago, I settled in with both these kids from this life, my daughter Jay and my son Reed, for story time pretty much every night before bedtime. And then I thought, hold on, I need to record one or two of these. I encourage you to do the same with whatever device you've got on hand. Phones are more than good enough now. I tell you, it's pretty special to relive those moments years later. So this week, a little sample of Jay before, and if you look hard at that after picture, you can read all that personality in her eyes and smile. And I know right now I can almost hear her saying, "Dad!" She should know that I'm saving the best pictures and stories for her wedding day, and then the really good ones to play back for her kids. And now, step into the time machine with me as we head back to Falling for Rapunzel.
Once upon a bad hair day, a prince rode up Rapunzel's way. From up above he heard her whine, upset her hair had lost its shine. He thought her crying was a plea, and sallied forth to set her free. Alas, she was too far away to quite make out what he would say. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, throw down your hair!" She thought he said,
"Your dirty underwear."
"No, Rapunzel, your curly locks."
She thought he said, "Dirty socks."
"Please, love, just your silky tresses." And she thought he asked for
silky dresses.
In lace and frills up to his head, the prince's cheeks were blushing red. "Rapunzel, do you have a rope?"
Rapunzel sent down cantaloupe.
It burst in pieces on his head. "Oh, bad catch," Rapunzel said. "Perhaps," he sighed, "this is a test," and bound by love, he did not rest. "Okay, Rapunzel, how about some twine?"
She threw down her blue ribbon swine.
By now the prince was feeling hammered, not to mention less enamored. He growled up,
"You have a ladder?"
Rapunzel tossed out pancake batter. It covered him from head to toe. She yelled, "It's better cooked, you know!" No! At this, the poor prince had a cry, and then cupped his hands for one last try. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your braid!" Confused, Rapunzel pushed out her
maid.
The maid fell squarely on the prince, quite pleased with the coincidence. She nimbly jumped up off his lap, and soon revived the flattened chap. Then smiling said, "For what it's worth, you'll find I'm really down to earth." His young heart thrilled, he gave a hoot. For what was more, the maid was cute. She set the prince upon his steed, then leapt behind with graceful speed, and leaning close so he could hear,
"There's the moon."
"You're right." She whispered something in his ear. "I fell for you when we first met." He nodded. "How could I forget?" Rapunzel watched them ride from sight. "I'm glad I finally heard him right. I hope if they come back for more, they'll think to knock on my back door."
That's a lot of stairs. Step, 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 step.